Hi, welcome to another vlog. So, this actually started a couple days ago, probably a while ago, but I've been sick. If I've been feeling good, then I've been doing some crocheting on and off. So, that's what I'm going to go ahead and show you now. I was working on a beanie and some roses, which this was my first time ever making roses, but it was going pretty good. So, I still haven't finished those, but I am still working on them. But I'm going to just go ahead and show you the clips now, and then I'll talk to you later in a little bit. Okay, so now that that's done, about when I did my other vlog, I ended up making this like silky hat, this blue hat. But I had two skeins of the yarn. I did end up finishing both of them. It's the Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek, but I will never buy that yarn again. At least not for beanies. It stuck really bad, or it would just slide completely off my hook. And I'd have to go like really slow, and my tension was just so weird. So I'm not gonna buy that for beanies again. Not to mention there was a little bit left, but, which is whatever, but I don't know, not for me. I also ended up making this one. You guys have to remember, this is over like 3 weeks of crocheting too, and it's like nothing. But I made this one out of Red Heart Super Heat Wave. But I'm gonna do a star blanket, so I'm saving all my scraps. And I was like so excited to have that color because we don't get very many maroons and stuff like that. And this is literally all that I had left. Like, that's not worth it. Like, I can't put that in my blanket. Because by the time you tie on the ends and everything, you're left with that much, maybe. The bigger side. Like, no, not worth it. But I also went ahead and made this purple and brown one. This is so nice. It looks so good, better in person. But, and I do have another skein of this so I can make another one. But, again, this one just wanted to slide right off my hook. So I'm actually thinking about doing 2 snee and crochet scarf with the rest of the yarn. And I'm hoping it'll be enough because I like my scarves long and like both ways long. But I did find a different pattern for one instead of just doing straight out 2 snee and crochet. I haven't actually started it, but that's what I'm thinking I'm going to use the yarn for. Now with the beanie, I am working on this brown and green one still that I showed you a little bit of earlier. I'm not very far into it, like, at all. But, I had to stop, like, multiple times on it because the cats would get it. And then I'd have my sister rewind it for me so that we didn't have the hair. Which, we were doing great. We've gotten a good portion of it done. Okay? The roses, I've never made those. I got stuck on the last row of the large petals. Just because there's, like, some weird, like, funky, like, bobble things on them. But I'm sure I'll figure that out. Otherwise, I've gotten all the small ones done, all the medium done, and the large I'm just having issues with. But that's easy. So I'm actually going to go ahead and buy the stems for them because I want to make lilacs and like lilies, I think they're called. I'll show them on the screen up here somewhere. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna work on this, and then I'm gonna for a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna go to town, get those, and then we are going to work a little bit more on those roses. Yeah. Okay, it is quite a bit later in the day. I did work on that beanie a little bit since I've been back, but I did pick up these. They had them in like a bending, like almost bending, or they had the actual wire ones. And the wire, these ones were only like a couple cents more. And online they said like in store they were going to be $10. And it was still only $2 for 30 of them. So I got those. I'm going to make roses and a whole bunch of different flowers with them. But I'm pretty sure I can cut the wire in half. And I can make like 60 flowers. But if I can't, they're cheap enough. I'm not too worried about it. I didn't work on my beanie. I just worked on it until I finished the green skein because I knew I was going to run out of that. But I'm at exactly 40 rows on it. So I'm going to finish that tonight. And don't worry, I do have another skein of green. And we have plenty of the brown. So I will finish this tonight, but I am going to get online and work on it. So, and if I finish that, then I'm going to work on the rose. Okay, so it is the next morning. I did not finish that beanie. I still wanted to do it, but we got so caught up in playing last night, and I had it on the side on my other table, and I just didn't touch it. But my flowers were right in front of me, so I was just like, okay, well, I'm gonna work on those. Because if I wasn't playing, like, I was gone for like a long time. So I just worked on my flowers again. And I got one large petal done completely. And then I got like over halfway done on the second one. But I did not think this was going to be such a yarn eater. Like, this was a fresh skein, and this is the only flower that I've made out of it. And like, the petals aren't even that big. Like, these are the small ones. Like, they aren't even that big. But there's 9 petals, so I guess. But I should be able to make 2, if not 3 out of this. I'm hoping. Because this is the first time I've made flowers. But I'm going to go ahead and once again, put the beanie off to the side and work on these. Because I do want to make a whole bunch of them. And I also have this pink that I want to make roses out of, but probably not going to get to that in this video. And the scarf, I just put that yarn away. I'm not working on that right now. But let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I went ahead and finished that petal, but I swear that one flower took up like half the skein of yarn. That's absolutely crazy to me. Like, I totally did not think it was gonna take up that much. But I was like all ready to put it together, but then I realized you had to hot glue it. So I had to wait for that. And I also realized that I haven't made any of the leaves or any of that stuff. And the only green that I really have that I want to use is connected to this beanie. So we are going to actually finish this beanie like we had said we were going to. And then we're going to yarn around that green up, and then go and find the pattern again, because I don't have any of that stuff written down, and then go make all those. Yeah. Okay, so I did finish that rose. It looks pretty good, considering it's my first one. Never done it before. So, my thoughts on this. It looks really good, but she used the 2.5 on this, and she had said to use this gauge wire, and it's definitely way too thin. She used it just for the leaves to like make them firm, but I didn't want to use extra stuff. So if I did this pattern again, I definitely wouldn't do the large petals just because the bottom started to get soft, like when I was hot gluing them. And these little pieces, that was really easy. But the leaves, mine, like the ends would start, it would be weird. I did leave a little bit on the end so that I can like stick it in something, even though I don't think I'm gonna need that. And I did just go ahead and hot glue the leaves, but I would bring them, definitely would have brought them up a little further if I would have done them this way. But I would use larger wire for the stem, because if you hold it, it'll just like flop. Which, it wouldn't be that big of a deal if it's in a vase, but yeah, that's definitely an issue. Getting bigger wire next time I go to town. But love the pattern. All of it is great. Just a couple things that I definitely change. But tonight, I'm not gonna find another pattern. I might make another rose, more petals. If not, then I'm gonna work on that Tuesday crochet scarf. But this is gonna be at the end of the vlog. So thanks for watching. This was our main project. So I'm playing catch up. So hope you enjoyed.